And welcome back. We're just a few hours away from President Trump's nomination of Amy Coney Barrett as the next Supreme Court justice, but the media is already pouncing. Newsweek published a story saying a Catholic group Barrett is associated with was the basis for The Handmaid's Tale. One problem, the story isn't true. Newsweek issued a correction. How nice of them. Let's run down the media onslaught likely awaiting this new Supreme Court nominee with Bobby Eberle. He is the host of the 13-minute news hour. He's very efficient. Colby Hall is a founding editor of Mediaite. Bobby, are we going to expect that religion and sort of anti-Christian, even anti-Catholic bigotry is going to be fair game over the next 4 weeks?
Oh, my gosh, it's going to be fair game for the Democrats. I mean, we saw Dianne Feinstein already use it at the previous confirmation hearing for Judge Barrett. We saw it come out. We saw her allude to it. Your faith is very strong, and that's concerning. That's troubling. This is the kind of language we're going to hear. And I think President Trump has made an excellent pick, just an awesome pick if he goes through with this, because the Democrats have already, they're coming down on this party of lawlessness and rioting and looting, and he's almost daring them to say, okay, go ahead and be the party of anti-Catholic, anti-religious. Bring that on, too, because we're ready for it. And so, yes, I do think, you saw that Newsweek column. It's just pathetic, but this is going to be what the Democrats are going to throw at her. She's going to, overturn Roe v. Wade. She's out there. She's fringe. All of this stuff. And take away from the real meaning, the real true purpose for her being on the court, and that is she doesn't make things up as she goes along. She applies the law as the Constitution is actually written, and that's what it's all about.
Kobe, talk to us about the double standard coming for Barrett. If this were a liberal justice, would they be facing the same onslaught? I always love to bring up the fact that RBG was confirmed 96-3 back in 1993, and this has just gotten so partisan. What are your thoughts?
I mean, we're in a different world than we were in when Ruth Bader Ginsburg was nominated. Everything is super duper partisan. I think you will hear some media criticism about her religion because the subtext of this whole thing is Roe v. Wade, though I do believe that the Democrats learned a harsh lesson during Kavanaugh. And I think you might be surprised with the election just coming up so quickly. They may keep their powder dry. I think a lot of Democrats are accepting the fact that unless they can delay the vote, there's nothing that they can do with this. And so, I think the eyes on the prize for a lot of Democrats and some of the media that support them is let's not lose the election by overplaying the anti-Coney Barrett hand. And so that we saw towards Kavanaugh and Gorsuch.
Okay. But we're having a little bit of audio difficulty. Bobby, I want to switch to you, Bobby. Now, Tuesday night, first of 3 presidential debates. Has the bar been set too low for Biden to give Trump really any chance of being perceived by any of the outlets as a victor here?
Well, I don't know if you can set the bar too low for Biden, because even if it's low, he's likely to trip over it because he is so prone to gaffes. I couldn't hear what was going on before. I don't know if you had a lead into this, but he is just, I can't wait for this debate because they are on total lockdown. They are ending some of their days at 8:30 in the morning, afraid to go out and talk to media that is favorable to them. I don't know what the Biden campaign must be thinking leading up to Tuesday night, because now he gets confronted by President Trump. It's going to be amazing to see. But when you put issues out there that Biden put out running against on coronavirus, the economy, and violence, it's just those are loser issues for the Democrats because they've come out on the wrong side of them, and Trump just has to be waiting. And then Wallace has already said he's going to talk about the Supreme Court as well, and we'll see how today goes. But I am so excited about talking about that and seeing Biden trying to defend or attack the president's choice.
Speaking of talk, there's a debate tradition, is the crosstalk from anchors that on their sets after the debate. anchors are going to have their own opinion, and do you believe that they're going to sway public opinion?
Well, that's the danger, and this is where, as conservatives, we've seen what the media have done lately, and we've seen this. Now, I believe they've announced all the anchors, the leads for these debates, and it's going to be unlike, previous debates where it's a gang mentality. But we've seen in the past, we've seen with Obama and Romney, where the moderator, ABC News moderator, actually stepped in. She stepped in and defended Obama. And I mean, Romney was on the right track. He was right with his response, and then he backed off. So we'll see what happens with the moderators. I hope they just let these two go at it and let, the spin people do the spin and fact checkers do the fact check. But let these folks actually debate and keep the media out of it. If it were up to me, I'd find other people to run the debates and have the media cover it. But having these folks in there is just, it makes me nervous.
Colby, we have you back. I hear we have your audio back. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Biden could very well benefit from the soft bigotry of low expectations. Like, the bar is very, very low for him. But I also feel like there's a risk for Trump being too aggressive. Like, there's lots of talk out there that he's going super aggressive after Hunter, and that could backfire. If he comes off like a bully and like a mean guy, that could not work well. So, I mean, I agree with everyone else. It will be fascinating, it will be entertaining, and I'll sure to be watching, as well as most of America.
The issue about Hunter is really something that should be brought up by Chris Wallace. Can you guys give me one question each that Wallace really should ask, and if he doesn't, it's it really impacts the credibility of the debate. Colby, I'll go to you first.
Well, I think he should ask, why is Hunter make so much money off of Burisma when he had no experience? But then he should also ask President Trump, why is Ivanka making so much money off of China when we're apparently in a trade war with them? So I think I would ask both of those questions of both of those candidates.
Bobby, your thoughts?
Well, I would just turn to Joe Biden and say, in relation to Ukraine, did you do a quid pro quo? You talked about it. You seem to have done it. That's what got President Trump impeached. You actually did it. What do you say about it? That's what I'd ask him. Okay.
And again, we'll be providing coverage here on Newsmax television of the debate going forward on Tuesday with analysis, and certainly we'll be carrying all the run up. And Colby Hall, Bobby Eberle, thank you very much for being with us. We'll get you back.
Okay, friends, thanks so much for watching. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you'll be notified. And here's a special video just for you so you can watch even more of the 13-minute news hour. And don't forget to check out GOPUSA.com for the best in conservative news and commentary. We'll see you next time.